All right, troopers, let's take a look at the project specs for this project. We are project 8, right? Type and structure. We're going to be looking at hierarchy, proximity, and alignment. You'll refer to the book and to the other lectures for more information on what these are. In the meantime, let's talk a little bit about our regular specs. Okay, so we're using the square format, right? You can use 400 by 400 or 600 by 600 depending on the resolution of your screen. Laptop, you'll probably go with the 400. Bigger monitor, probably 600. You'll be dealing with Arial. You'll be using regular, italic, and bold for the first part 1. And you'll be dealing with black type and white background. This is a project in 2 parts. So in part 1, if you're at 400, you'll want to use 12-point type. If you're at 600, you'll want to use 18-point type, just like we were talking about before. So for part 2, you get to use not only regular, italic, and bold, but you can use 3 font sizes and you can use 3 font weights. The sizes and the weights are up to you. So again, it'll be black type with a white background. Again, square format. If you use a very large font as a design element, like for example, you might want to use a really large F or a really big forecast, that does not count as one of your 3 font sizes. So you still get 3 if you go with a really big graphic element. You may also carefully experiment with gray, overlap, and transparency on your type. Okay, you will save everything as a JPEG file. You will save each part in its own folder. So part 1 will have its folder. Part 2 will have its folder. You'll use essentially the same naming convention that you used in project 2. If you recall, part 1.1, part 1. Part 1.1. Part 1.1.2, part 1, so anyway, you'll save everything into your project folder and you'll upload everything to the MAT server. In the final, you will put your finals on the web page, make an album, write a design reflection statement, critique 3 others' work. Okay, so in part 1, you will be dealing with proximity and alignment. And again, you'll refer to the book on that. But proximity essentially is the relationship within and between information. So how close are elements, essentially? How close or how far away? And alignment, which again focuses on visual structure. So again, you'll refer to the book and to the demos for more information on that. You will investigate the variability of center axis placement, and you'll have 5 layouts on that. You'll investigate variables of 45 degrees on the diagonal, 1 direction, and again 5 layouts on that. And then investigating the variability of free line placement, which basically means you could put it anywhere. Horizontal alignments only, and again 5 layouts there. Okay, this is not agreeing with me. So let's zoom into part 2. And in part 2, we'll be dealing with hierarchy, which is essentially what's important and what's less important and what's not important at all. We will be dealing, of course, with proximity and alignment, but we're adding hierarchy to this because now I want you to focus on making things larger, making things bolder, really thinking about where what type is related in terms of its content, and you'll be playing around with hierarchy. Okay, so again, you'll be investigating the variability of text hierarchy using horizontal and vertical. So that means like that, right? 5 layouts. In the second bullet point, we'll be investigating the variability of horizontal and vertical and 45-degree alignments. So now it gets a little more complicated. Experiment with different alignments. So you might just experiment. Again, you might want to refer to the sample projects for more. Start simple. 5 layouts. In the third bullet point, you'll be investigating text hierarchy using extreme letter and word spacing. Okay, 5 layouts there. Again, refer to the sample projects in the lectures for more information on that. Your online resources, of course, are always available, and you can download the chapter 6 from my book, Graphic Design in 2 Years, and you can download that there. Both of these are incredibly important references for this project. Okay, so that is the specs for this project. Have fun.